Hey everybody, Ron Vaymrich here with your tip of the week. And today's tip is very simply a question. Do you have the fear of making a mistake? And what am I talking about? I'm talking about how we all know that there's an action we're supposed to be taking, whether it's more prospecting, whether it's more marketing, whether it's just getting more organized or whatever the case may be. And is there a fear of making a mistake, that you're not going to get it right, that you're not going to do it the way it needs to be done the first time? And you might be saying, okay, Ron, I can get that with prospecting, but not necessarily with like organizing my time or what have you. And I'll tell you that, you know what? If you have a fear of making a mistake in one place, you probably have a fear of making a mistake in other places. And here's a couple of examples. So prospecting, well, what if I am trying to do this marketing campaign, or I'm going to make sales calls, whether it's calling realtors or referral partners or whomever. Now, the referral partners, if you're already working with them, it's probably a comfort call, right? But what about those other calls that we're not quite focused on, that we haven't been really mastering what our skill set needs to be? Those calls, there's usually fear. And if there's fear, we tend not to take action. It creates a paralysis. And here's the question though. If you have the fear of making a mistake, well, what if I get rejected? What if they say something to me that I can't overcome or what have you? Yes, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn something if you take it as a lesson, because you might not win the relationship. You might not win the deal. It might not feel really good. But if you say, what can I learn from this? Then there is no paralysis. There's actually growth. But if you don't take action, you can't grow. In fact, our fear of failure is realized when we don't take action. So if you really want to grow, you've got to focus on getting outside that comfort zone, taking that one action, preparing yourself the best you can, not perfection. Don't be a perfectionist. Preparing yourself enough that you can say, I am ready to try this. I am going to do this, and I'm going to learn from it. And it becomes much easier when you look at the action you're going to take as an opportunity to learn. Now, if I go to the other example about organizing my time, well, what if I start organizing my time, but the system I'm putting together doesn't work? Well, then I wasted time. See, this is the whole thing that's driving all of this. We don't want to waste time. And because we don't want to waste time, oftentimes we won't take action because we're afraid if it doesn't work, it's a waste of time. But to sum it all up, if you don't take action, if you don't change something, if you don't improve it when you know it can be improved, then in fact you are wasting time. So in today's tip of the week, just take a second, reflect on yourself, and ask the question, are there things that I need to be taking action on? And if I'm not, what's the real reason? Don't sugarcoat it. Get to the real answer, overcome it, break through it. Hope you're enjoying the tips of the week. I'm going to keep them coming. My new book, The Purchase Shift, is going to be coming out very soon. And as soon as it's available, we're going to let you know. But in the meantime, you have to keep moving forward. The business, getting a little bit easier with rates, but it still remains challenging. We'll see you next week.